peppers when we're doing corn. Right, bro?
Yeah. Can we be done now?
Yes, you can be done. Hey friends. Hello, welcome back to Haven Hill. I am Meg, and I told some of you over on Instagram that I would do a video about, sorry, that was really close. Y'all, my kitchen the last, few days has been bustling. Well, and filled with corn and apples and all the things. So I told some of you that I would show you the process of preserving corn and apples. Yes, and apples. The simplest way I know how. So I'm going to show you corn. This is corn. I'm going to show you how I do this. I freeze this. Our size family, there are 10 people. Do you want to come in? Let me just move back a little bit. There are 10 people in our family. Although my oldest does not, she has an apartment, and she's actually my only child who from day one has never liked corn. But I still, I fill a gallon bag, freezer bag, pretty full. And this will be one serving. I do it about 12, anywhere from 10 to 14 ears of corn per bag. And then I get it nice and flat. I'm gonna walk you through the whole process. Don't worry. And then this is how I freeze it. Pretend that that's completely flat. And that's it. It's so easy, and it tastes. Do you know what it's like to taste sweet corn? I know some of you do. Sweet corn in the winter, or sweet corn in some sort of soup. It's amazing, you guys. So come along with me. Let me show you how to do it. So this morning it was really hot. That is why I look the way I do. We have literally been outside working in the garden pretty much all day. And so my kids I sent them out, some of my younger kids, and they shucked corn. They shucked I have about 120 or 130 right now. And they shucked about, hold on one second. I have some going right this second.
Shucked about a dozen and a half each, so.
Yeah, a lot. And I told them to stop there because I need to get this put up before they do any more for me. So they shucked the corn outside. I'll insert somewhere in here a little video of them doing that. Then they bring it into me in a basket. I've had this pot going pretty much, nonstop. So I take about 6 ears of corn and I put them in hot boiling water. Hold on. Okay, so I put the corn in boiling water. It is really important that water is already going. You don't want to do it in lukewarm water. You want it to be nice and hot. I boil it, or I put it in the boiling water for 4 minutes. I've tried 3, I like 4 better. And then once it's done, that's what my timer was. I start taking these out and I put them in what is right in here right now. After these are done, this is ice cold water that shocks them. And then I move them over here. You guys see, my kitchen looks like a disaster right now. That is because it is a working kitchen, and it will be for a while. I won't get quite the organization that I like back for a bit, but I know that's part of this season. So now I'm putting it in here. Sometimes people use ice. I don't. I'm doing so much that it's just not worth it to do ice for me. I love it when my kids leave the handles on, because then I can just move them without using tongs, but some of them are off. And they're getting shocked right now in the cold water. And they'll be in here just until I can handle them with no problem. I don't really want them to be very warm at all. And now, before I start cutting those, I put 6 more in the boiling water. Okay, so I take the corn. I take a new ear. I actually have one that's partially done here. And I am going to, you have to be able to handle it. If you can't handle it, it's still too hot. And I always use a serrated steak knife. And you just literally slide right on down, and it comes off really, really simply. Like, you don't have to hardly work for it. These have just, over the years, these have just been the kind of knife that I like to do. I'm sure there's people that choose all other types of knives, but It works for me, and it's what my homestead kitchen has. You don't need, I am so about simplicity, not needing simple things. Oh, hey, could you go get him? He went out there. And then, of course, because I'm all about no waste, if you're new in this space, you might not know that, but I am all about, I mean, our family's huge, but I also just don't like the idea of wasting things. So all of these, if there's anything left on there, I mean, I'll try to get most of it off. But this all goes to our compost pile. So I do sometimes just leave some on there for at the very tips for the chickens and the ducks. And they love that. And if, you know, with everything that we're preserving right now, we don't even have to feed our chickens and ducks very much because they're getting so much food from apple cores and corn and just scraps that are coming out of our garden at the moment. It's actually quite lovely and wonderful. And they love corn. Like every animal that we have pretty much loves corn, including our sheep.
Why is corn so good?
Probably because you don't have it very often. Okay, so that was another 12 ears, and now I just work to try to not make a mess and pour this into the next gallon size freezer bag, and into my freezer it goes. And my goodness, we just love it. I mean, this is a lot. These are pretty big ears, so this would easily be plenty for even, I mean, you know, it's a side dish, it's not your main dish, so this would be plenty for our family. So get all that air out. Usually I do this on the counter, but I'm just rolling it up. Could you push stop on that for me? And you can put actually, hold on, Riggs, take those out of the ice bath, put them in here, and then put 6 new ones in. Just 1 second, buddy, I'm doing a video, just 1 second. So now I have a whole nother bag ready to go for our family. And we will absolutely have some of this tonight. My kids have been asking for it literally for days. But I want to preserve as much as we can as well. I shared this on Instagram a couple days ago that I actually did not grow sweet corn this year. My son tried to. Our sheep got it. They devoured all of it, naturally. And our ducks, like, they didn't go after the seeds, but what?
How many in the?
6 at a time. But they moved all the line or whatever, the rows, and it was a disaster. But what I did do this year is I purchased about 11 or 12 dozen ears of corn from my daughter Willow's really sweet friend named Addison. They live here, they're local, they grow a lot of it. It's their girls' business. And once I found out that and we tried theirs, I'm like, why would I mean, this was absolutely delicious. I don't even intend to grow it next year. It does attract things too. Like, my sheep are naturally attracted to that. Deer would be naturally attracted to that. So I love the idea of being able to support, especially little farmers. I mean, you know, they're almost teenagers, but still young farmers that are doing their thing. I want to support that. So I talked with her.
Young farmers.
And that's their last name. No pun intended. If the Youngs see this. So anyway, that's actually really funny. I didn't even think of it when I said that. So I told her, I was like, we might need to add you to our CSA next year. They actually do maple syrup as well, and that will be part of our last CSA basket. I'm so excited for that. So anyway, all that to say, I love supporting them, and I was thrilled to be able to purchase from them this year. And that's part of homesteading, learning that you cannot do everything yourself. Like, I don't even love the idea of being fully self-sustained. I want to be community sustained. I want to know that here's what we can do and here's what you're doing over here, and we all come together. So anyway, that was awesome this year, and now we will get to enjoy this corn from the Youngs all winter long. So we're gonna keep at it. Because, I'm sorry, I just ate some corn. Because I know some of you are gonna ask, how do you get all the little hairs off of them? Honestly, we gotta get off as much as we can when we're peeling them. But then once you shock them, most of the rest of it actually comes off just fine. I mean, we don't have, I mean, you might have an occasional one, but hardly any on there. Do you guys have any really good ideas for, that's something that I haven't thought of for getting all the little hairs off of them? I don't know. Anyway, we just haven't, that's what I have noticed. Like if we, you know, try to get everything off, once you shock them, they just kind of float in the water and they're pretty much gone. So that's what we do. What are your favorite recipes for corn? So here's what I'm thinking this winter. Ooh, my next round is ready. I am looking forward to things like corn chowder, potato corn chowder. My boys would love it if I made corn casserole. What do you, I mean, just as a side dish, is always really good. Riggs, do you like, what's your favorite thing with corn? You know?
I love corn anything.
Corn anything, yes. So anyway, just one second, big guy. No, you can't, honey. So those are just some of the things that we really like. Oh, of course, you know, my boys also love it when they have corn with mashed potatoes, you know. So I don't know, what are your favorite recipes? What do you love to do with corn? Share them with me in the comments because I would love to know. Okay, friends, so I am going to be at this for a while. And because I was so distracted and doing all of the video things, I actually boiled over and all those stuff. So I'm gonna get back to what I need to be doing. I have 3 gallons ready to go. I'll probably do about 2 to 3 more tonight. And then I'm just gonna keep going. We're gonna enjoy some fresh tonight as well. And yeah, so I hope this feels so doable to anybody. It does not matter if you're a homesteader or not. It does not matter if you have land or not. It doesn't even matter, obviously, if you're growing your sweet corn or not. Just buy some extra because you know the later you is gonna be thankful. The later you is gonna be like, man, I'm so glad I did that. So anyway, I hope this feels encouraging. I hope it feels doable. No canning involved, as long as you have some freezer space. And most families probably aren't 10 like ours, so you probably don't even need near as much freezer space. If you're a canner, my goodness, amazing, do that thing. Any other ways that you could preserve? Is there anything else that you do that I haven't thought of? Share in the comments, I would love that. So I'll catch you next time. Hopefully I'm back in the groove now that the craziness of the CSA is started to subside. And I'm back in the groove with more consistent videos. So anyway, until next time, thank you for joining me. I love it.